We're about to start again. Okay. So our second guest speaker is Sarah Harris. She's the co-founder of Watson Edwards, a health and wellness business that helps people develop fitness, nutrition, and mindfulness routines to boost their health, readiness, and happiness. She also works as a health policy advisor for domestic and international governments and advocacy groups. Sarah holds a MSPH in International Health from Johns Hopkins Boomerang School of Public Health, a BA in anthropology from Washington University in St. Louis. Give it up for Miss Sarah.
Thank you very much. So I'm happy to be here with y'all today. I'm going to sort of go through a few different activities and cover some nutrition, exercise, and mindfulness information. So as she said with my introduction, I co-founded a business called Watson Edwards at the beginning of this year. And the whole goal of Watson Edwards is to help people develop healthy routines that can really improve their health in the long term. So we don't do diets, we don't do fitness crazes, we don't do quick challenges. We do small changes one at a time so that over time you've made an entire lifestyle change. Not all at once, just bit by bit. So the first thing I actually want you to do is sit back and close your eyes. I want everybody to close their eyes and just listen to my voice, all right? So close your eyes, take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Keep your eyes closed. We're gonna do two more. In through your nose, exhale through your mouth. One more, keeping your eyes closed. Inhale in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. And with your eyes closed, I want you to think about who you want to be in the next 20 years. The next 20 years of your life, imagine who you want to be. Imagine what that person looks like. Imagine what they're doing during the day. Keep your eyes closed. If you have children, grandchildren, imagine interacting with the people in your life. Imagine what you're doing as the days go by, what you're doing for fun. Are you traveling? Just imagine yourself in 20 years. See that person, who she looks like. And then I want you to take one more deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth and open your eyes. So I do that with a lot of my clients. First of all, as a way to just relax, as a way to sort of check in and really focus on what it is that you're trying to change, whatever that lifestyle change, might be. A lot of times when you try to make a healthy change, you think about that immediate result. And a lot of stuff that you see in advertising online is on TV are really instant results. But really what we want people to do is think about the changes they can make now that are going to improve themselves in the next 15 to 20 years. That's the time span we're thinking about. Not 6 months, not a year, but what you can start to do today that is going to add up to an entire new you in 15 to 20 years. Those changes will last you, those changes will serve you and improve your health. But when we try to do it all at once, we try to exercise, we try to eat right, we try to cut out sugar, we try to cut out processed fats, we try to start running, we try to do it all at once, that's why it doesn't last. It fails us because we're not meant to make such a big lifestyle change all at once. So after today, I hope that you take from my talk one thing that you can do differently starting tomorrow, that you can manageably do differently. Once you got that down, in the next 6 months, you go into that next thing. The next 6 months, you go into that next thing. And over time, you will have made so many small changes that they'll all have added up to a lifestyle change. So, with that in mind, I want to just start talking about food groups, all right? We learned the very basics of nutrition and food groups way back in elementary school, right? For some of us, we learned the pyramid. For others, we learned the food plate. It's changed over time, but you've learned about the essential food groups. So what are the different groups of food? Yes. What's your name first?
My name is Addison.
Addison, nice to meet you. What is a food group?
Well, there are fruits, veggies, meats, grains, and dairy.
And dairy, very good. She said it for us. There's 5 main food groups. Some people include a 6, but there are fruits, there are vegetables, there are grains, protein, and dairy. All right? And so the composition of your diet each day should in some way include those 5 things. Dairy, not everyone can consume dairy because their body doesn't break it down if you're lactose intolerant. But if you can still get the calcium and potassium from a different source, you've done a good job for the day. Unfortunately, what we end up consuming most days is not a balance of all of those food groups, right? So at least half of your daily consumption should be from fruits and vegetables. And a lot of times that's about a quarter, 25% of what we eat or less, right? So there are easy ways to get in fruits and vegetables to what you eat each day. Yeah, go ahead.
Like smoothies.
Like smoothies, exactly. And one thing I try to tell my clients is start with fruits and vegetables as close to their original state as possible. So a lot of times we boil our vegetables, which is fine. We steam our vegetables, which is fine, or we eat them raw, that's fine. But sometimes we also mash them up into sauces, put them into pastas, eat canned vegetables, eat frozen vegetables. All of those are fine, but if you can try to get them closer to their original state, that has all the nutrient properties of kale, of broccoli, of green beans, of carrots, of sweet potatoes. If you get them as close to the source as possible, you're guaranteed to have as much nutrients. The more you cook it, the more you change it, the more you add to it, the less nutritional value it's going to have. It's still good though. You still want to get at least half your fruits and vegetables to your meals each day. Yes.
Do you particularly say all organic? Like, is that really a big deal?
So I tell people don't worry about organic at the beginning unless you can afford it and unless it's easily accessible. Organic is going to be better. And you want it to be, I think it's USDA certified organic. Some people will say has organic ingredients. That means most of it probably is inorganic. The reason why people stress organic principles is that tells you how it's been farmed. So it's been farmed without certain chemicals. Sometimes you'll see like free-range chicken, things like that. Those tend to be better for you, but in the long run, it's so much better to just get vegetables, period, to get fruits, period, than to worry about organic or what are some of the other labels? You might see all natural. In reality, as long as you're eating as close to the source as possible, it is all natural. That's just a marketing tool. Mm-hmm.
So some people, like, if you have diabetes, they gotta keep their sugar up, so
Yes.
it's just that they eat sweet, so they don't accept it like something that is sweet but also healthy.
Yes. So if you do have diabetes or if you're pre-diabetic, maintaining your sugar intake is really important. And I would suggest getting most of your sugar from fruits and natural sources and making sure that you're periodically eating fruits throughout the day to maintain your blood sugar levels. On the flip side, if you are eating a lot of sugar, if you are eating a lot of carbs that are heavy in, like white grains, white bread, other sources that are high in sugar, you're more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes. So you can reverse, people have been able to reverse diabetes or go from being pre-diabetic to no longer being pre-diabetic just by changing what they're eating. So that was a good point. The other thing I would say about the food groups is pay attention to your protein sources. So I'm sure most of you are aware that you can get protein from vegetables, right? So if you start to look at how many proteins are in vegetable sources, you will be surprised by how you can reach your protein intake from vegetables alone. However, meat provides you with all of your essential amino acids. Be careful with your meat choices so that you're getting low fat,